Mr. Mark, let's look at practical things. Now, there are those who are concerned about always referring to the telecom sector and what happened there. They want you to leave that. So let's look at the practical side of things. The last guest I was here talked about, agreed that, or he mentioned the situation of being in refineries and said they were given licenses before, about 18 licenses, and they could not build their refineries. And I asked him a question. I said, if they build the refineries, would they get the crude oil at the international rate, or would there be a subsidized rate? Let's look at breaking it down, practical terms. How do we get out of this in the long term? You've talked about refineries.
Personally, for me, for a Nigerian government whose interest is the welfare of the Nigerian people, crude oil is Nigerian. Let's say the international price is $15 today. But I would think that just as we set a benchmark with which we determine how to cost our budgets, I would say that local refineries would get crude oil at, say, a set price of, if it was $50, they get, crude oil in Nigeria at, say, $35 per barrel. It's a kind of subsidy, but because it's your product, I farm corn. If my children want to eat corn, I'm not going to now charge them the same thing. Or if my brother wants to come and buy my corn in my farm, I can decide to sell to my brother because I know he's not going to take a considerable quantity of it, of my corn. I can sell to him at a price that I set because it's for the local market. Because I'm trying to control the cost of fuel, which is a critical item for the economy. Transportation of goods and people is key to the growth of the economy. So for the local people, first they will get steady crude oil supply to their different refineries based on capacity. So that's it. We know the capacity will give you what you want, and you pay us based on what we've supplied to you. Simple. We can decide. I think we should do that for ourselves. That's one. Key for us to get out of this problem is for the refineries to work. That's it. Now, Dangote is building one. There are some other refineries that are coming on board. The local refineries that we have, government should privatize them, sell them off. Just get a good valuer to give us a good value so that we don't throw them away, sell them off at their proper values, and give these people loans, just like the former administration was giving the people in the power sector loans, because the amount of capital required to put these things together is not what most private people can put together.
The argument with them is that those in the power sector were given loans, but see where we are.
No, where we are, the power sector is improving. The problem we have, we didn't have any infrastructure. The distribution, that's not really the discourse for now. That's the line to follow. Let's fix our refineries. Once the refineries are producing enough fuel, you'll find that our local cost of fuel will go down. That's a benefit. Two, we will become a net exporter of fuel. We'll also make money from that. The jobs that these refineries will create also helps our economy. It helps our GDP, helps us in every way. And also, instead of us continually selling our crude oil at the unfair international crude oil prices, we would use them locally and produce all the different other added products that come out of crude oil locally, which we can export, paraffin and the rest of them. The benefit of refining for yourself is unquantifiable.
I want to thank you so much indeed, Mr. Emmanuel Nock of the National Transformation Party, for talking to us about this very interesting developments and lingering petrol scarcity situation that we're in. Thank you so much indeed for coming on Sunrise Daily. And it's indeed the very last Sunrise Daily for the year 2017. As we wrap the studios up, I want to thank you so much indeed for being with us throughout the year. I am Gimba Umar. Bye for now.
And I'm Neo Taigbe. It's been a good experience working with you, and thank you for the comments that you sent in. We do appreciate it. I'm Neo Taigbe. Happy New Year. Advance.